Hi, welcome back to Math Widgets. In today's video, we are going to learn multiplication and division of decimals. And also, we will solve some example questions. Along with that, we will solve some real life word problems. What are we waiting for? Let's get into the video. In today's video, we are going to learn how to multiply decimals step by step, how to divide decimals easily, and common mistakes and how to avoid them, and real life word problems using decimals. Okay? By the end of this video, you will be solving decimal problems faster and more accurately. First, let's see how to multiply decimals. While multiplying two or more decimals, the first step is to ignore the decimal and multiply normally. The second step is count the decimal places. And the third step is place the decimal point in the answer. Let's see one example. 3.4 times 2.5. Here the first step is ignore the decimal and multiply normally. So let's multiply 34 times 25. 25 times 4 is 100. 25 times 3 is 75. 75 plus 10 is 85. 34 times 25 is 850. So our answer is 850. Now we have to count the number of decimal places. In the first decimal number, we have one decimal place. In decimal number, we have one decimal place. So total two decimal places are there. So the third step is we have to put the point in the answer. Since we have two decimal places, we will leave two places from the right and put a point. So the answer is 8.50. Okay. Let's see one more example. 5.6 times 2.3. First step is ignore the decimal and multiply normally. 56 times 23. 56 times 23 is 1288. Now the step 2 is count the decimal places. In the first decimal number, we have one decimal place. In the second decimal number, we have one decimal place. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Now we have to place the decimal point in the answer. We got a whole number as 1288, but we have to leave two decimal places from the right. So the decimal point will be between 2 and 8. So the answer is 12.88. Okay. We had seen decimal number by decimal number multiplication. We can also multiply decimal number by a whole number. 3.18 times 5. So first step is to ignore the decimal and then multiply normally. 315 times 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 9. 5 times 3 is 15. We got a whole number 1590. Now we had to put a decimal point based on the number of decimal places. This decimal number is having two decimal places. So we will leave two places from the right and we will put a point. So the answer is 15.90. Now there is a question for you. Let's try this question. Pause the video and solve it. Let me know your answer in the comments. Your answer should be 7.552. Okay. I hope you understand the multiplication of decimals. While doing the multiplication of decimals, you have to follow these three steps. First step is to ignore the decimal point. Second step is to count the number of decimal places. Third step is to place the decimal point in the answer. Okay. Now let's learn division of decimals. While doing the division of decimals, we follow certain steps. The step 1 is dividing a decimal by a whole number. Step 2 is dividing a decimal by decimal. Let's see some examples dividing a decimal by a whole number. 3.15 divided by 5. Like multiplication, we will not ignore decimal point in the division. We will write the decimal number as it is as a dividend and we will divide by the divisor. While dividing the division, you have to remember that first we have to divide the whole number part and then decimal places part. Here the whole number is 3. We have to check that in 5 times table do we have 3 or not. In 5 times table we don't have 3. So let's keep a 0. 5 times 0 is 0 and remainder is 3. Before bringing 1 down, we have to put the decimal point on the quotient place. Now let's bring down 1. Now the remainder is 31. Let's check if 31 is there in the 5 times table or not. We do not have 31 in 5 times table. The closest number is 30. So 31 minus 30 is 1. The remainder is 1. Now let's bring down 5. 5 times table do we have 15? Yes. 5 times 3 is 15. And then remainder is 0. So the quotient is 0.63. So our answer is 0.63. Here we will divide decimal number by a whole number as it is. We will not ignore the decimal point. While dividing, first we divide the whole number part and then put a point in the quotient and then we will divide the decimal places. Okay, let's see one more example. Let's take 6.48 divided by 3. 6.48 is a decimal number, 3 is a whole number. 6.48 divided by 3. While doing the division, first we divide the whole number part and then decimal places. First let's check our whole number 6 is there in the 3 times table or not. Do we have 6 in the 3 times table? Yes, 3 times 2 equals to 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now our remainder is 0 here. Now let's put a point and then only you have to bring down decimal place, first decimal place. Now in 3 times table we do not have 4. Now 3 times 1 will be 3, then 4 minus 3 is 1. Now let's bring down the next decimal place 8. 3 times table, do we have 18? Yes, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0. So we got remainder 0 and the quotient is 2.16. Okay, this is how we divide decimal by whole number. Now let's divide decimal by decimal number. Let's take 4.2 divided by 0.7. We can't divide decimal by decimal, so we multiply both the numbers by 10. 4.2 multiplied by 10 and 0.7 multiplied by 10. If you multiply 4.2 by 10, your answer will be 42. And if you multiply 0.7 times 10, your answer will be 7. Now you got both are whole numbers. Now let's divide 42 divided by 7. 7 times 6 is 42. The remainder is 0. So our final answer is 6. Now there is a question here for you. You try this 5.25 divided by 0.5. Pause the video, solve it and tell me your answer in the comment section and then check your answer. Your answer should be 10.5. Now let's solve real life word problems based on multiplication and division. The first question is if a chocolate bar costs 4 rupees 75 paise, how much would 3 bars cost? In the question, given information is one chocolate cost is 4 rupees 75 paise. They are asking us to find out 3 chocolate bar cost. So, what do? We multiply 4.75 times 3. While doing the decimal number by whole number multiplication, we ignore the decimal point, that we know. So let's ignore the decimal point and write down the number 475 multiplied by 3. After multiplying 475 times 3, our answer is 1425. 1425 is a whole number. But while multiplying a decimal number by whole number, we have to check our decimal places. So our decimal number is having 2 places. So we will leave 2 places from right side and put a point. So our answer is 14.25. Let's see the next question. You and your friend spend 18 rupees 90 paise at a cafe. How much does each pay? Let's see the given information in the question. There are 2 people, you and your friend. Number of persons are 2. And how much money spent together? Which is 18 rupees 90 paise. So let's write amount spent by both of the friends, which is 18 rupees 90 paise. Now we have to find out how much each friend pay. What we have to do? Here we have to divide 18 rupees 90 paise by 2 people. That means 18.90 divided by 2. While dividing a decimal number by a whole number, first we divide the whole number part. 2 times 9 is 18. Remainder is 0. Put a decimal point on the quotient place. Bring down 9. 2 times table 9 is not there. So closest number is 8. 2 times 4 is 8 and remainder is 1. Now let's bring down 0. Now it became 10. 2 times 5 is 10 and the remainder is 0. We got the remainder 0 and the quotient is 9.45. So that means each friend will pay 9 rupees 45 paise. What was given in the question? There are 2 friends. They went to the coffee shop and spent the amount 18 rupees 90 paise together. And how much each friend pays? We have to find out. For that we did division. 18.90 divided by 2 is 9.45. So each friend is paying 9 rupees 45 paise. I hope you understand this question. I hope you mastered the multiplication and division of decimals. Now take these challenge questions and comment your answers below. The first question is 77.4 divided by 0.3 is how much? And the second question is 7.25 times 2.4 is how much? Like and share this video if it helped you. Subscribe to Math Wizards for more fun math lessons. See you in the next lesson. Keep practicing and stay awesome at math. Thank you. So far we had seen how to multiply the decimal numbers and how to divide the decimal numbers. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.